What's going on, everybody? Jason X back with another Power of Positivity video. Today's video is about inspiration. You know, the definition of inspiration, and I have to read this, and again, I'm not very good at reading. It's something that I am working on. Again, keeping myself positive, so I keep trying. Inspiration is defined as the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. And the second one says, a sudden, brilliant, creative, or timely idea. So that's the definition of inspiration. So, with the power of positivity, you need something that's going to inspire you. It should be yourself. It should be whatever it is that you're trying to better. Whether it's finances, education, a better job, better house, better lifestyle, better health, better eating habits for yourself, your family, whatever your goals are, you need some inspiration. For me, when I started my journey 6 months ago, my son was my inspiration. My son is the only reason I'm still alive. After my dad died in 2015, shortly after my son was born, I hit rock bottom. And that's when my depression, anxiety, PTSD, and everything else really flared up. 3 months after my dad's death, I lost one of my best friends in this world, Nick Kendrew, in a car accident and on his way back from Edmonton. That hit me really hard. And about 2 months after that, my then fiance, my son's mother, and I separated, and her and my son and her other son moved out. So I hit rock bottom and gave up on life. That's when I started my cocaine addiction, which led to becoming a coke dealer, which led to prison time, which led to the parole. I'm 2 months away from finishing. Um, Coming out of prison, I needed to get myself right again for my son. For 9 months, I was basically phone daddy, having to call him. And I'll tell you one thing right now, there is nothing more fucking heartbreaking in this entire fucking world than calling your son from fucking prison and singing him happy birthday and having the phone cut off and not being able to hear his voice. That was the lowest moment of my entire life, because you will never ever feel like a shittier parent in your life than having to do something like that. That's just another piece of the inspiration that my son gives me to never fucking fuck up like this again and never go back to that lifestyle. So when I came out, I was very unhealthy, as most people are coming out of prison. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but no, guys don't always come out all jacked up and shit. There's It's horrible nutrition in there. Anyway, I finally talked with my doctor, and he told me, dude, you're gonna die in 4 years. You're gonna have a heart attack like your dad did. My dad had a heart attack at 36, 38, and fucking quad bypass at 39. Okay, well, I'm starting to get up there. So, got my Fitbit, and I talked with my son. And I told him, you know what, daddy is going to get into shape. Daddy is going to do this because daddy needs to be around for a long, long time, many, many years, as long as I possibly can. I need to be here for you because you are my only son. And that's a promise I made to my son. And it's a promise I made to myself that I was going to start getting myself into a better frame of mind, get myself into better shape, eat healthy, and respect who the fuck I actually am, and start forgiving myself for my past, which is really hard to do when you fucked up some really bad times like I have. But we all have made mistakes. We all fuck up. If you own up to it, you learn from it. It's not a fuck up. It's not a failure. It's a fucking lesson. Learn from your lessons, and that's it. Move forward with life. Don't dwell on this shit. So I wanted to be around for my son because now I know what it's like not to have a father. And I'll tell you right now, if you have a father in your life or a father figure or whatever else, that is awesome. Don't ever take any of your parents for granted, whether they're step parents or not. Blood doesn't matter. If they care for you, fucking you take every fucking moment you have with them, because once they're fucking gone, you will regret the moments you fucking pissed away. I need to be here for my son for as long as I can. He's 4 years old. I need to teach him how to be a man. I need to teach him things like how to shave, how to shake a hand properly. You never sit down while shaking a hand. Hold open doors for people. Change someone's tire. Help people in need. Just be a good, kind fucking person. Everything that my father instilled in me. So my son easily became my inspiration to go ahead and start doing this. And every time I started hitting little goals, and again, I started out very fucking small. I started out with, like I said, 6,000 steps in one day, and then 8, 10, 12, 14, all the way up to me hitting 60,000 steps in one fucking day, which was retarded. You know, And my son comes with me on these walks at the track sometimes, and he helps me with my workouts at home or when I'm working out with friends. He's very hands-on, and he always tells me, "Daddy, let's get your steps in. You've been sitting around for a while. Let's go do this." And he's absolutely fucking right. So I get up and I do it because that's what I need to be doing. So with the power of positivity, what I did when I started was I would think about my son. Do I want to be here in 5 years? So okay, now I'm going to take that and I'm going to fucking use that as fuel for my fire. So I hit my 6,000, my 8,000, my 10,000, and the more and more I started thinking about what I wanted to do with my son in the future. I want to be there when he gets married. I want to be there when he graduates. I want to be there for his first date, his first job interview. I want to be there and I want to teach him everything that he needs to know. In order for me to do that, I have to be around. So I had to take my life back. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking my fucking life back with the power of positivity. I am now believing in myself for the first time in my entire life. These last 6 months have transformed not just my body, but my mind, my spirit, my soul. Again, if you haven't just done any research in the power of positivity, just take 5 minutes. Seriously. Inspiration. I find inspiration through writing. I find inspiration through music, especially music. I am listening to my music probably 6 hours a day when I don't have my son. And it gets me into this zone where I want to do things. It makes me happy. It makes me uplifting. I'll put on my country music and I'll go for a nice 2 or 3 hour fucking walk. I'm not joking. I'll hit 25,000 steps. And then I'll come home and I'll turn on that fuck you music, some Limp Bizkit shit like that, get myself a little more jacked up and start lifting my fucking weights. Because that's what I need at the time. Using things that you need and establishing when you need to use them is very key, especially for the power of positivity, because you're not always going to be thinking positively. It's not a reality. You just need to start training your mind to start thinking more positively and less negatively. Start seeing the potential you have in yourself and start realizing that if you really do start things at one step at a fucking time, you're going to climb that fucking rung. You're going to climb that ladder all the way to the top to your fucking goal. And trust me when I tell you, when you set yourself a real fucking goal and you put in real time and effort, there's no greater feeling in the fucking world than accomplishing that, because you can look back and say, I fucking did it. You can look at everybody else who said they were going to and they never got off their fucking ass. They're still sitting on the couch, they're still eating chips, they're still doing whatever, and that's fine. That's their choice. If when you're ready to make the choice and you hit that fucking goal, oh my god, it's almost fucking orgasmic, I shit you not, and you start wanting to smash more and more and more goals. Every time you start accomplishing goals, you realize the power you actually have inside, and you're going to start to realize that you're always thinking a lot more positively. When you're thinking about things, you're thinking ahead, you're thinking 2-3 steps ahead of what you need to plan. It creates such a clear mind. I cannot stress this enough, and I never will stop fucking stressing it enough, because I know for a fact that it works and it changes my fucking life, and I know for a fact that if you're ready for any change in your life, it'll fucking work for you. Take 5 minutes, check it out. That's it for this video today. It's a little bit of inspiration, a little bit more about my backstory and what my inspiration was. I'd love to hear from you guys. Go ahead, leave a comment, leave whatever. Anyway, Jason X out. Love you all.